I hope you are well, or as well as you possibly can be, given the circumstances of being human. Happy 11/11. It's such a pretty day. It's the most, I think, potent day when it comes to numerology. And it's a day that people are really intentional about when it comes to quantum leaping and manifestation. There are a trillion ways to do any sort of like manifesting technique. There's the 2-cup method, there's like breath work that you can do, but I wanted to present an exercise that I kind of did like intuitively this morning, and then I was like, wait, I should like share this. I don't expect, thank you I was gonna say I don't expect anyone to be joining live because it's pretty early Eastern Standard Time and Pacific and Central Standard Time, but it's 11 a.m. funny enough where I'm at, so I wanted to share this, and then wherever you're at or however and whenever you're watching this, feel free to partake. It's a great exercise to do on 11/11, but also like this is a great manifestive technique. I keep saying manifestive and I don't know if that's even a word. Manifesting technique on any day that you want to be intentional with calling in something. So basically, quantum leaping is a very dense subject, but in its most simple terms, it kind of, at least spiritually, aligns with this truth that we can sort of jump into a timeline that honors our highest potential, our most juiciest, beautiful life. And this is one of the many exercises you can do to sort of align with the reality that best suits your potential and your desires. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be working with journaling. So make sure that you have a journal with you. I'm writing in purple pen because I'm feeling very crown chakra today. Also, as you can see by my very revealing crop top. I also have this color just because I've been vibing with it as well. You're going to need water. My water looks like it's not clear, but it's because it has some herbs in it, but you don't need to put anything in your water, just water. And then anything else that you want to sort of like dress up and adorn your space with. I have malachite from Just Be Inspired. She's my queen. I have some pyrite. I freaking love this pyrite. I have this peacock because he's just like good vibes. And I have some third eye oil that I'm going to be reapplying. I had it already on, but anything that you want to sort of like aliven your senses with. I also want to note, if you don't notice already, I kind of have, there's like a stuffy nose energy going on. I'm not even going to feed it with any attention because I don't want it to grow, but if you're wondering, Jasmine, why do you look like that or sound like that? That is why I don't do well with changing weather. Anyway, though, so basically what we're going to do is a really, really simple exercise. It's going to utilize a little bit of breath, some journaling, and some water. So make sure that you have those ingredients with you, whether you're watching this live, which it's really just one person because, like I said, it's very, very early. So I kind of intended this to be more of like a later upload. But if you are watching this live and you want to do it with me live, feel free. But otherwise, whenever you're watching this, whether it's on 11/11 or just any day, honestly, it's a great manifesting technique. Feel free to. And like I said, there are so many methods to manifest into quantum leap. I actually have a quantum leaping meditation on my YouTube, but this is just like a really simple, digestible, palatable one. It's easy, and I think the most important part about manifesting is making sure that it's fun, because when you hi, thank you for joining. Anytime you're doing any sort of manifesting that's fun, you're tapping into this like limitless free space, and it's from a limitless and free space that you are able to call in the juiciest and like fullest potential of self. Here for all of the leaping, yes! So like I said, if you want to join me live in doing this, please do. And otherwise, yeah, we can get started. So what I do want to first and foremost say is that the journaling prompt that I shared on the page today calls and invites for you to reflect on in what ways in life are you being led by ego. And I think that's an important prompt or just question to ask yourself before setting these intentions, because when we are manifesting from an ego-led space, it can often backfire. And truthfully, you know, when we're doing a quantum leap, we want to make sure that we're aligning with the highest possible timeline for ourselves, our highest potential. And we're not in alignment with our highest potential if we're feeding and being led by our egos. I never want to demonize our egos. I think that they're important, and I think that they're loud because they're simply surviving. But when we are being led by ego, which is that survival instinct, that people-pleasing mechanism, that conditioning, that matrix way of existing and thinking and processing, we're not actually honoring our soul's truth, our heart-based truth, and things manifest much quicker and much more potent and much more in beautiful alignment with self when we are operating and intending from a heart-based, soul-led space. So first and foremost, just, sit down and reflect and journal if you feel called to on like, in what ways are the things that I'm calling in, or the things that I want actually just to satiate my ego, right? Just to perform for a crowd, just to have external validation or external acceptance, or to tell myself, okay, I did it. I have this good paying job, and I have this really, like, in what ways is what you desire coming from ego? And how can you instead alchemize that into something that you actually truly from your core and soul really want? So I invite you to, do that. And of course, if you're watching this live, thank you. But if you're watching this later on, which I assume most people are, you can kind of like pause, because I'll be talking a lot. And some of these things will probably require more time. But the first step, once you've already decided, okay, my intentions are not coming from a space of ego, they're soul-based, they're soul-led, they're heart-based, we can begin to write 11 intentions, and I am tense, present tense, that align with the reality and the highest possible timeline that you are stepping into on this 1111 portal. So I'm going to give the ones that I've written this morning at 11:11 as an example. If you want some just guidance, or if you want to know how to word this or how to frame it or kind of what way to go about it, but truthfully, it has everything to do in alignment with your own personal truth, whatever living life in alignment with your highest possible potential looks like. Write some I am statements in alignment with that. And for anyone who's just joining, what you'll need is a journal. You'll need a pen. I always work with color healing, so today I'm working with purple. As you can see, I'm wearing it. And you'll need water as well, and anything to adorn your space, any incense, sage, oils, crystals, that whole vibe. But you can get started on writing 11 intentions. I will share that mine are, and once again, I'm going to be talking. This could be distracting, so pause if you need to pause. But the first one is, I am living a heart/soul-led life. Spoiler alert, I've been talking about that this entire time. That's really important to me. I've really been undoing the ways in which I've been led by my own ego. So that's been important. The second intention is, I emit, attract, and embody love. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You kind of just want to be an embodiment of love. The third one is, every day is the best day of my life. I find that when I'm having a really, really good time, I'm always like, oh, this is the best day of my life. And I say it quite ironically, but I also want to start saying it unironically. I think if you are led by the belief that today will be the best day of my life, you just inevitably create a life that's full of adventure and fun. And yeah. I am fulfilled by my work and have great success. And it's important to note that how I define success is self-defined. And of course that means, and there's another intention about finances, of course that means making money, but also success just means that I find purpose in what I do, and I'm connecting with people, and I'm able to travel and experience, and I'm able to use my mind and my energy, my essence in what I do. So I'm fulfilled by my work, and I have great success, as in financial, spiritual, mental, and emotional. I am financially and spiritually abundant. Period. That's just duh. I am in a relationship that is true, pure, and honors my worth. I think that that's an incredible and important thing to invite in when it comes to not only just romantic relationships, but familial, platonic, just even professional relationships. You want to make sure that they're true, that they're pure, and that they're honoring what your worth is. So I'm definitely calling that in. This was meant to be romantic, but honestly, I'm calling it in for platonic and professional, all forms of collaboration. I see my body as a sacred temple, and I honor it with healthy offerings. I had a beautiful friend, Michelle, recently share with me that she read something along the lines of our bodies are our altars, and anything that we do for our bodies is a form of offering for it. So what we eat, what we say to it, how we move it, how we adorn it, right? It's a form of an offering. So I've really been hoping to be intentional about seeing my body as a sacred temple and my altar space and offering it beautiful things. I am confident in my words, my work, my body, and my identity. And I didn't clarify, but I know that I want that confidence to be unconditional confidence. I think sometimes I find myself to be a very confident person, but I base a lot of my confidence on validation. So yeah, I want it to be unconditional and self-fulfilled. Last three, I am who I say I am. It's pretty self-explanatory. I want to walk the talk that I talk. I am divinely guided and protected. Once again, I've been doing a lot of ancestral work, so I want to make sure that they're always with me. And the last one is that I'm living a present, purposeful, intentional, and free-spirited life. And I think that's also self-explanatory. I want to be present for every experience, grateful for it. I want everything that I do to be infused with purpose and intention. Everything that I eat, everything that I say, and I want to be free-spirited, and I want to roam the earth and just, yeah. So I hope that serves as any kind of inspiration for how you could write your intentions. I hope that you're writing your intentions. Like I said, pause this if you need more time. I don't know if you can pause this if you're watching live, if anyone live is like actually actively doing this, but yeah, just come up with the love and intentions that align with your highest possible potential, your highest reality. And make sure that, once again, they're honoring what your soul desires and not what your ego desires, not what your ego is telling you you're supposed to want, you know, what this wants. And yeah. So I'm hoping that that's enough time. Like I said, pause if you need to. And I can just kind of set this up. And what we'll do is we'll basically tap in. We'll do some intention setting. We'll do some breath. We'll do some calling into our ancestors, our guides, and our angels. And we'll do a little bit of a crown chakra breath. So maybe while you're finishing any intentions that you're writing, I can show you what the breath looks like. And it's basically bringing the hands to heart center. And on the in-breath, bringing those hands up. And on the out-breath, bringing them around. Up, around. And it's with closed eyes. I'm just opening them to like make sure that there's any questions. But obviously, I'll guide you through that. And when we're doing that, we're working with our crown space. We want to make sure that we're visualizing the purple of our crown chakra sort of moving around our auric field, completely cleansing it before moving up from our root chakras through our sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and back around, right? Really visualizing yourself cleansing your auric field, moving through your chakra channels, and just if there's any stagnancy there, the breath is really going to move through it. It won't be too difficult, but you'll definitely feel it. So yeah, so if you are still with me, I invite you to come into a space of centeredness. You can move the body. If there's anything that hasn't been gifted any stretching or intentional movement yet, you can do so now. Rolling the neck and sorry if you heard that. Rolling the neck and the shoulders before coming into a space of stillness. You can allow your hands to be face up in your lap if that feels organic and true to you. And I invite you to just come into a space of stillness. Thank you. Taking in a deep breath through the nose. Holding on to that breath. And releasing. Once again, taking another deep breath in through the nose. And releasing. And on these next two breaths, I invite you to visualize yourself breathing in this golden auric light, filling up your body completely, inhaling. Letting that breath spread throughout the body, that golden light. And exhaling. Once again, breathing in that golden, beautiful auric field light. Sitting with the abundance that you are embodying. And releasing. Bringing your full awareness to your physical body, where you're at in this moment. I invite you to bring your awareness to perhaps the temperature of the room that you're in, the sounds you may hear, any fabric touching your skin, and whatever is supporting you, whether it's a chair, a bed, your 2 feet. And from the soles of your feet, you can begin to see the roots that you've grown, connecting deep, deep, deep into the earth's mantle until it reaches the core. Knowing that you are not separate from Mother Earth, you are a fruit, a reflection, a microcosm of it. Seeing that channel of energy from you and the core of the earth be unbreakable. And bringing your awareness now up through the soles of your feet, through your body, into the crown of your head. I invite you to visualize this same channel of energy moving through and up through the sky, through the clouds, and eventually into a galaxy, into a divine and vast universe that you are also the fruit of, a reflection of, a microcosm of. Knowing that as the earth holds you grounded and safe, the galaxy in which you are floating in invites you to be expansive and limitless and magical. Before we get into our crown chakra breath, I invite us to call in our divine team of guides, our divine team of angels, of goddesses and gods that lead us, that protect us, our ancestors, both recent and distant, and even ancient, that have written a story that we are finishing in this lifetime. Knowing that they are also guiding us, also protecting us. And I'd also like you to invite in whatever you define God to be, whatever you define the divine to be, and your higher self. Knowing that behind you stands all the past versions of you, every age, every era. They hold your back. They are proud of you. They're rooting for you. And this vessel that you stand in this very moment is looking forward to their higher self. The version of you you are fully aligning with today on this 11/11 portal. The version of you that is free, that is self-empowered, that is heart-led and soul-based, that is living a life in alignment with your truest, authentic identity. Bringing your hands to heart center in prayer position. We're bringing our awareness now to the crown of our head. This is our crown chakra. And this energetic center is governed by a deep royal purple. So I invite you to visualize that color, not only stemming from the crown of your head, but moving up, around, and up and through as we do our breath. And this chakra center denotes our relationship to divinity, our relationship to the universe, how we embody it, how we communicate with it, how we alchemize our fullest potential. And how we not only honor God, but see ourselves as the mirror, the reflection, a piece and embodiment of God. Taking one cleansing breath in and out. When you're ready, you can begin. Really seeing that purple energy move up and out, around and through, back up your chakra channels. And if you see any of that golden light that we invited in the beginning of our session come up, let that move around you as well. Making sure that you're breathing through an O-shaped mouth as fully and as fully, deeply as you possibly can. We're almost there, so make sure to give it as much as you can energetically. Knowing that this breath is breathing through and pushing through any stagnancy, any limiting beliefs, any ways that are cemented in old ways of thinking and being. And pushing you to be in an empowered state and alignment with your fullest potential. Last few. Last two. Last one. Holding your hands up. Holding on to that breath. Breathing in even deeper if you can. Holding on to that breath, squeezing your root lock, your sex organs, squeezing your hands, your feet, so holding on to any tension. And on that exhale, releasing and shaking out, distributing any of the energy your body is feeling. Before meeting me in some stillness, marinating and basking. Feeling how open your heart space is, how alive your body feels. And as we're open and surrounded by our divine team of guides, I invite you to bring forth your intentions, bring forth your water, and we'll read each affirmation we've written for ourselves, taking a sip every time. But before we do so, I invite you to bring your cup of water into your hands. Feeling the energy within your palms. Moving through every particle. Aligning your energy with the waters. And knowing that you're speaking this affirmation into this water, which is fully going to integrate with your body, made up of so much water, and align you with the timeline in which this is your reality. Reading your first intention out loud. I am living a heart and soul-led life. I emit, attract, and embody love. You can, of course, read yours, but if you want to use mine, of course you can. Every day is the best day of my life. I am fulfilled by my work, and I have great success. I am financially and spiritually abundant. I am in a relationship that is true, pure, and honors my worth. I see my body as a sacred temple, and I honor it with healthy offerings. I'm confident in my words, my work, my body, and my identity. I am who I say I am. I am divinely gifted and protected. Divinely guided and protected, but also gifted. And lastly, I am living a present, purposeful, intentional, and free-spirited life. And you can now finish your water. Letting that integrate for a moment. Seeing the golden light that's now permeating from your auric field. And as we close our energy, because it's important to not leave ourselves open so we don't absorb anything that does not belong to us, we thank our divine team of guides and angels and ancestors, Mother Earth and the vast universe and galaxy before us, for protecting us, for guiding us, that they continue to do so through signs, through synchronicities, through knowings. And that we honor our highest timeline by fueling and infusing every intention, every decision that we make from a heart-led and soul-based space. That we always ask ourselves what our higher self would do, and that we live in a life alignment with our truth. Living a life that honors our shadow self, our inner child, every version of us we've embodied. And stands in the knowing that it is the fusion of every version we've ever been that becomes and alchemizes into our higher self. And that we hold our ego's hand, that we understand our ego, and that we intentionally and choose to work and live a life led by love, led by truth, led by self-empowerment and self-validation. I'm setting the intention that everyone with me in this moment, everyone watching this back, begins to taste the nectar of all their intentions coming into full fruition, that they find the perfect middle ground between trusting that the universe has them and also taking every step that they can within their own action plan to live a life that is authentic and true. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. We can begin to come back to body. Ooh, child. Oh, thank you for joining, Sydney. Moving the arms, rolling the neck. Oh, breath work always be leaving me a little bit dizzy. Happy 11/11, guys. I hope that exercise feels like something you'd want to come back to, and I invite you to. And yeah, I'm sending you every ounce of my love. I typically love to end anything rather quickly after that because a lot of insight will come through. So if you still have your journal around you, journal right now and kind of let whatever wants to be sort of streamed out in a line of consciousness come out. But otherwise, yeah. Thank you. I'm sending you all of my love. If you have any questions or if you ever want to work one-on-one, please let me know. And I hope you have a beautiful 11/11 day. Go visit nature. Go do whatever your inner child and higher self would want to do today. So yeah, sending you all my love, and I hope to see you again. Bye.